Well, hi, everybody. This is Anthony Smith, COO of EMF Safe, and it is my pleasure to have with me Eric Windheim, building biologist. I'm here chilling in my virtual home office. I see, Eric, you're kind of chilling there on the river somewhere.
That's one of my clients' houses, actually.
Wonderful. It's great to get to travel and experience places like that. Eric, as I said, is a building biologist. He is a electromagnetic radiation specialist, a certified building biology environmental consultant, and a radio frequency safety officer based in Sacramento. But I know, Eric, you cover the whole of California, and as you have shown us, you travel out of state to beautiful places like where you are now. I also notice your expertise is recognized by your peers because they actually use some of your material in the building biology training, and that's wonderful. So with that said, welcome, Eric, and maybe you could start by telling us a little bit about the Building Biology Institute.
Well, the Building Biology Institute is the world's foremost organization for training building biologists, and our job is to make sure that your home is safe for you to live in. It's literally our third skin. Our first skin is our skin, then we have our clothing, and then the house. And since it's become electrified, it's become toxic in many ways. So we have to find out how to live inside of a house safely, because you can't stay well, much less get well, in a sick house. And furthermore, you can't stay well, much less get well, unless you get excellent sleep. So if your sleep's disrupted, your health is not going to stay the same.
So it's my understanding that to become a building biologist requires, is it several years of training? And I know it's several $1,000s.
Well, yeah, I mean, the fastest you can accomplish the certification is 18 months. The training itself is maybe 6 on-site seminars at the training headquarters, and that requires air travel and lodging. So that costs about $10,000. And then just to begin with, you need to get about $6,000 worth of professional meters. But at this time, I have about $40,000 worth, so that I have just about anything that I need on any type of assessment.
A lot of people are very familiar with electromagnetic fields. It's electric fields, magnetic fields, and radio frequency.
And dirty electricity.
And dirty electricity. And I think a lot of people focus on the radio frequency and the dirty electricity side of things, but I'm wondering if you could address the electromagnetic side of that, because it's often overlooked, I think.
Yeah, well, electromagnetic, when AC current travels through a wire, it creates its current. And if the wiring is not done in accordance with the National Electric Code, you can create a very large and powerful magnetic field. And that causes a lot of problems with developmental situations in children, because it causes problems with the division of cells. So you can get ADD, autism, childhood leukemia, miscarriage, tumors, and cancer in adults. So the electric field, that radiates off at any wire if there's voltage on it. There doesn't have to be current flowing through the wire. There just has to be voltage on the wire. The worst thing is in your bedroom, and all bedrooms are really kind of designed for one degree of poor sleep or another, because you're surrounded by this circle of wires, and quite often right behind your head for the plugs on both sides of your bed. So the electric field suppresses the release of melatonin from your pineal gland. And the AMA calls melatonin an oncostatic agent. That means cancer stopping. Because if you don't get excellent sleep, it's well correlated that you'll have heart disease, and people with cancer, they cannot recover if they don't get good sleep. So the electric field literally keeps you wired like a cup of coffee, and you can't release the full or proper amount of melatonin. And that leads to poor health.
My next question was about the importance of setting up a sleep sanctuary, which I think you've pretty much addressed for all of the scientific and medical reasons why that's important. So let me go on from there and say, so obviously what you're saying is it's important to turn off those circuits at night so that you are mitigating the electromagnetic fields, and so you can sleep in a mitigated sleep sanctuary environment, as that's another way of saying what you said, I think.
Yeah, we want to, and the way we do that is we find out which circuits are related to the bedroom, not necessarily which circuits are for the bedroom, because any wire going past the bedroom onto another part of the house is going to radiate an electric field up through the floor, through the walls, or down through the attic. So it takes, some time to find out which circuits are projecting an electric field onto the bed. We find out, we mark them, we have the client sleep on it for a couple of days, and they say, wow, I'm having dreams, this colored dreams. I don't need an alarm clock. I'm waking up without an alarm clock. I feel like a fully charged battery in the morning. And they said, okay, so you're ready for the sleep switch. We'll do it automatically with the push of a button.
Glad you mentioned that, but why shouldn't somebody just speak to flipping off the breakers, which obviously is an option that a lot of people might see. Okay, I need to turn off these circuits at night. I'm just going to flip the breakers. Why, in your professional opinion, should somebody maybe consider not doing that?
Well, that's a really good question, because the obvious thing is you can just turn off the breakers. As long as you're willing to buy your wife a raincoat, buy her a flashlight, and send her out into the rain, or maybe you have to do that, but that's going to get pretty tiring. The fact is, the National Electric Code says circuit breakers are not switches. They were never designed to be switches, and sooner or later, they will fail to do their job, and that could result in a fire. So it's really penny wise and pound foolish. You need to get something that turns off UL approved, UL listed breakers, as your complete product does so well.
Eric has been Salesman of the Year for EMF Safe Switch for the last 2 years. So he is not only an expert in building biology, he's a great believer in our product. So tell us a little bit about your experience with the EMF Safe Switch, Eric.
Well, the concept of a sleep sanctuary and de-energizing circuits related to the bedroom has been well known by building biologists for decades. So how do we do that? Okay, there's been a variety of kits on the market, a box of parts that an electrician would assemble on site. But even if those parts are UL listed in themselves, the finished product is not. And that could result in some problems if you had a fire. So the EMF sleep switch is one unit. It comes in a nice metal box. It mounts on the wall. It's very easy for the electrician to hook up. And in fact, it reduces the amount of time the electrician actually needs. So this is a time-saving, labor-saving device. It's always done correctly. There's no room for moving things around or doing it the wrong way. It is a finished product, and it works marvelously. I mean, it just works like clockwork.
Well, thank you for that, Eric. And for anybody that would like to get hold of Eric, we're going to put his information in the notes below. His website is Windheim EMFsolutions.com. And I said, we'll put that link down there. So Eric, I'd like to thank you very much for sharing with us your professionalism, your expertise. And I think you've done, you told me, over 1,000 in-home assessments.
Well, I just recounted them. It's just right around 800 as far as all the ones I can find files on. But when I first started, I didn't keep good files on everyone. So I would say somewhere between 800 and 1,000 over the last 8 years.
So you have an awful lot of on-the-job work experience, which I think any of us know is better than book knowledge, but you're certainly trained and qualified and a great person to call for anybody that wants to have somebody come out and measure their home. So once again, Eric, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Glad I could help.